Hey everyone, this is Jono from Veracity with another video in my video series. This one, an LRS administration topic, specifically sharing LRSs, and related to that, making accounts public. And I'll show you why those are related here in 1 second. Let's just go ahead and jump right into a demonstration this time. Okay, so we're looking at a home page of the LRS platform, an instance of the LRS platform here, and you'll notice I have this section here. Actually, let me grab my highlighter for today. Great. We have this section. These are my LRSs. So these are LRSs that I created and managed. I'm kind of the owner of. I did that via create an LRS button. And I can set up, all the way the LRS works, the name of the LRS, the access keys. I have access to all of that stuff when it is indeed my LRS because I've created it. But notice down here, we've got LRSs shared with you. We've got this one called training, and this is shared with me. It's not my LRS, it's somebody else's. So how did that end up in my list? How did it get there, and how does that all work? We're going to get into that here in a second. I just want to set up probably next week's video. We'll probably do a little series on this as well. We get a lot of questions about being multi-tenant and how that works in our environment. So it is true that I have a single account now. It's my jono@veracity.it account that you see up there in the corner. And I have two different LRSs, and these are kind of isolated LRSs. They have their own database, they have their own analytics package, they have their own reports, they have their own users, etc., etc. So in a way, what you are looking at here is multi-tenant, but it's actually even up a level from that. We'll get into next week the way the platform is structured and how the multi-tenancy actually works in the platform. But for today, what's important is I'm logged into the platform with my account, and I can look at multiple LRS instances in my account. Again, some owned by me, some not by me, and we'll cover a little bit more about that in a future video. Okay, now to the topic again here. How do I share these things? So let's say I wanted to go into another LRS just by clicking on it. This brings up the main page. Let me make that a bit bigger. There we go. Okay, so over here under management, all management tools, you'll see change permissions under security. If you click change permissions, it'll bring up this page where right now I'm the only person that can see the LRS, and as expected, since it's my LRS, I'm the owner. If I click add user, I'll see these other people, and I'm going to pick on Tom. I'm going to click the plus by Tom, and you see we get a row for Tom here. And then I can use this drop down. I can give him view, edit, analyst, which gives you like access to the dashboard, developer manager, or LRS administration. Permissions on the LRS, or I can click this edit custom permissions, and you'll see this opens up a big tree of information that I can actually open these all up. And at whatever level I decide, I can say, who did I pick? Tom. I can say that Tom has the ability to create access keys and view them, and he can edit them, but he can't delete them. If I pick something at the parent level, I don't know, like let's just do backups. If I pick the top level backup, these gray out because you are through inheritance given the child items. And if I click save, I've just given Tom those custom permissions. You can see here in these little boxes that these are the permissions that I gave him, and I can go in and edit those and change them if need be. So that looks pretty simple, and now Tom, when he logs in, will see LRSs shared with him, and he'll see another LRS in his list. It is not quite that simple, though. So the way the system is built is the Veracity Learning platform can be meant for many different user accounts. Those accounts you might want to keep private. You might not want, I'll use Tom as my example. Tom might not want me to know he's in this system, and he, might not want to be able to be shared with because he's kind of in his own isolated environment and others should not know about him. The reason I was able to enter Tom and add him to my LRS is because his account is marked as public. Public might not be the best word for it, but what it really means is Tom will show up when I say add user here and I get this list. This list may not be all accounts in the system. It is only the accounts marked as public. So if you want to share with somebody, they have to ensure that their account is marked as public. How do you do that? Go up to your name in the right-hand corner, click on Account, click on Edit Account in the button, and it'll bring up some information here. And there's this publicly listed checkbox. I know the word publicly can scare you a little bit. We're not putting you out on the internet. We're not pasting your name all over the place. Publicly listed means you show up in that list that I just showed you. And that's really all that this does. When you click publicly listed, you'll be able to be shared with. So that's another important thing. This video could get a bit long, so I think we're going to really kind of cap it there, knowing that we're going to talk about multi-tenancy and we'll get into the permissions and what they do. I showed you that big tree. How does that all work? We'll get into more details in some future videos. So let's call it for today. If you like this video, click the subscribe or that thumbs up button. Thanks for watching and have a good one.